Hey, Kevin Coy here, and from Kevin's Micro Homestead and a selfreliantlife.com. Check them out. And welcome to the new edition of This Old Shed. And we got an old shed here that we're going to be doing a lot of rehab to. This thing, according to the neighbors down the way, is about 50 years old, and it's in pretty sad shape right now. The roof's kind of rotten away. It hasn't been kept up with by any means right now, so it's what they call a shed roof design, which is just a one slope design, and different than an A roof or the gambrel roof on this project over here. And so we just have a one slope design here, and in the maritime environment that we live in, we don't get anything other than a lot of rain, so we can get away with a very shallow slope pitch like this, and the water will run off of it. We don't have to worry about snow loads or anything like that. Although built correctly, these can withstand heavy snows as well. But this, in this particular case, isn't a problem. So we got a lot of damage that's been accumulating over the years. From I really don't think they've done anything to it since they built it, and so we got a lot of rotting coming over here. What it has right now on it is an asphalt rolled roofing covering an OSB and tar paper. And so over the years, the rolled roofing has disintegrated in different places and let all the rain get in underneath, trapping a lot of moisture in there and doing a lot of damage. This is very soft, and obviously these back areas right here have disintegrated completely over the years. We got some rotting going on out here on this outside framing that we're going to have to replace, as well as over here, and the back is completely gone off there, and the sheeting is pretty well just kind of crumbling away. So we're going to rip all the decking off of this framing here, and then assess what other framing members we may need to replace, and then we're going to go ahead and redeck it with OSB, which we've got the sheets right here for, and we've got some 2x4 and 2x6 framing laying here that we're going to be using to fix this back up. And then eventually what we're going to do is we're going to put in a floor and enclose the thing in and make a building out of it, rather than this sort of gazebo slash pavilion affair that we've got going on right here. And then we're going to use this roofing metal over here that's laying as the new roofing. It's going to be a lot more durable than that old roll roofing that was up there currently. So let's go take a look at the top and see what 50 years of not being attended to has given us. So what we got up here is a nice little rooftop garden. Not one that I think I would try to walk on, but it's certainly doing a pretty good job of growing some local flora into the, we've even got some nice wood up here if you want to have a fire. But we've got a lot of creatures growing and running around up here underneath this, what's basically kind of amounting to soil at this point. There's a lot of accumulation of debris up here from decades of the trees dropping things on here, and it just sort of turned into a nice substrate for growing things. So we're either going to have to repair this or mow it, one of the two. I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with repair, because I think it's going to be hard to get up here with a lawnmower. So we're going to have to tear all this off. So we've got this rolled roofing that's up here nailed down, and then underneath that is this tar paper it's white because there's actually microbial growth, kind of a fungal thing going on with all the moisture that's trapped underneath all these layers here. And then here's the actual OSB, and you can see that it's just rotting away, and there's lots of little critters crawling on it that are chewing on it and having a good time. And so we're going to be interrupting their feast and fixing this up. We've got some rotting material here. The framing members, some of these are in pretty poor shape. So the main frame structure, the poles, the main set of beams, and a lot of the 2x4 framing is in pretty good shape. Some of it's not. This is obviously not. It's pretty well had it. So we're going to be replacing the parts that need to be replaced. We're lifting this entire deck off and getting rid of it, putting down a new deck, new tar paper, new metal roofing on here that should last this thing to the next 50 years and beyond. And then we're going to show you some particular things that we're going to need to do, because we do have a maritime environment. We get a lot of rain here seasonally in the wintertime, and so we have to contend with that and high winds at times when the storms are rolling in. Our Pacific Ocean is right over here. Hold on just a second. You can hear the surf a little bit there. It's just over the way. And so we do have a lot of moisture, a lot of humidity, and it takes its toll on things if you don't prepare them correctly. This has never even seen any paint or anything. So, you know, after 50 years of standing here, I'm impressed that it's still intact to this point, to be honest with you. But anyway, so this is a shed roof design, so you can kind of see the upper deck here. So we're going to rip all this off, we're going to repair it, and then we're going to reapply the new deck, and then we're going to do some framing underneath to create walls and a floor and probably a door and some windows. So stick around, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of this. This is going to be good framing 101, and we're going to have to deal with some particulars here because this is framed a little eclectically, we'll say, a little out of whack here. So we're going to have to kind of contend with that. It's not perfectly square, it's a little bit off, and so there's going to be some really good learning things going on in this project to kind of see how to work with existing things that are not quite perfect, and so how we're going to overcome those. And so we're going to have a lot of fun rebuilding this, and it's going to turn into a multi-purpose, multi-use building for us. It's going to save us a lot of money because right now we're storing a lot of our things while we're building the house project here in storage spaces that we're paying for. And so this already saved us a couple $100 a month just in return on our investment for having removed 2 of the storage lockers and put them into there. And so we're going to do that again here, save ourselves some more money, so we're going to recoup our investment relatively fast. If you're interested, let me know. I will do a plan on a shed roof building if you want to put something together. This particular building is 12 feet this way and 14 feet this way, and we're going to stretch it out to about 16 feet. We're going to go a little bit farther this way, give ourselves a little bit more room, and so you'll see how we adapt to that. We're going to have to overcome some framing issues here to make that work and make some decisions on how we're going to go about doing that. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this, bottom line. There's no doubt about that. I might find, who knows what kind of haunted house we got here when we start tearing this apart, I don't know. But we're going to fix it up and get it back into prime shape. We're going to get it all gussied up and ready to start using and repurpose it into a more useful building than it is currently in its poor state. And so right now it's just kind of carrying our garden tools and some of our outdoor things that we can leave out in the weather. It's kind of been sitting under here for the last few weeks, but we're going to seal it up so we can actually have weather-tight space here to work in and use it for sort of some shop space and so forth. Our other projects coming along, we're getting ready to actually build a small home. And if you're interested in being a part of that program, we're actually going to go step by step through the entire build process of a small home. Now I say small because you got micro, you got tiny, you got mini, you got, you know, there's a lot of different sizes, McMansions, everything in between. We're going to build something between, about 400 and 800 square feet. We haven't quite landed exactly where we want to be on that. If you're interested in having a small home that you can build and be mortgage free, then you need to stick around. We have a small home builders course that we're putting out, and we'll put a link in the description below this video if you're interested in looking into that. We're going to walk you through the entire building process of that house, dealing with all the different aspects of building, hiring contractors, doing a lot of the building ourselves, dealing with the inspections and the planning department and all the application processes for all the different phases of construction, including going over putting in water, power, and sewer, and developing the lot. So it's very inclusive of building an entire home We're going to do it for cash. We're not going to have a mortgage. We're going to be mortgage free. It's going to save us hundreds of thousands of dollars over our lifespan. If that sounds appealing to you, then you should go check that out. I'll leave the link in the bottom. You can take a look at it, see if you want to get involved in that. It's going to be just like some of the other videos we've done on this project and some of the others that we've done. If you've bought those or you're familiar with them, you'll see just how detailed and how step by step that we break down the process, so that if you don't have any experience whatsoever, you can still learn how to build these projects by following along in our plans and our DVDs that we put out. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and we'll be working on the next part of this project, and I'll update you soon, and I'll see you on the next video.